comes Chris Paul. The lob. The jam! Oh, what a monster jam by DeAndre Jordan!
We are Hoop Central, and these are some of the most iconic dunks in NBA history.
Chalmers, Paul, jam!
There's something really magical about a great dunk. It's not just the 2 points or the roar of the crowd. It's a visceral exclamation mark that stops time and gets people on their feet. Let's take a high-flying journey through some of the most iconic NBA dunks of all time. If you've ever seen a silhouette of a man flying through the air, legs spread, ball cocked back, that's definitely his airness. The one and only Michael Jordan. The 1988 Slam Dunk Contest was MJ's coronation as the NBA's ultimate showman. Taking off from the free throw line, Jordan straight up defied gravity like it had personally wronged him. This moment became a cultural touchstone, something that is talked about to this day and plastered on posters, commercials, and eventually became the Air Jordan logo. It wasn't just a dunk, it was a declaration and history-changing statement. Jordan wasn't just the best player of his era, he was a force of nature. Hold up, before we dive into more iconic NBA dunks, do us a quick favor by hitting that like and subscribe button. It helps us bring you more epic NBA content just like this. Now, moving on. While MJ soared like an eagle, Dominique Wilkins brought a different kind of energy to dunking. Known as the human highlight film, Wilkins made every slam feel like a ferocious attack on the rim. We have to shout out his windmill dunks, which were just pure violence, with his arms cocked back to nearly 180 degrees before he unleashed a whirlwind of unchecked power.
Oh, mercy. That was a tremendous effort by Dominique Wilkins.
One of Wilkins' most iconic moments came during the 1985 dunk contest when he unleashed a windmill so thunderous it seemed like he was trying to rip the rim off the backboard.
Wilkins, a hammer with the right hand.
Boy, that's a 10 to me. I may be too generous today, but that was a super move.
Ah, yes, the man, the myth, the dunking legend, Vince Carter. How did Carter cement his place in dunking history? Well, there are many reasons. But how about leaping over a 7'2" human being in the middle of a game? During the 2000 Olympics, Vince delivered what many consider the most disrespectful in-game dunk of all time. French center Friedrich Weiss thought he was safer under the rim. Well, guess what? He wasn't. Carter caught air, spread his legs like a soaring eagle, and cleared Weiss's entire body before slamming it home. The play became known as the Dunk of Death, and for good reason. Now Vince Carter has multiple iconic dunks, from dunk contest champion to regular season slams. But in our opinion, there is one that stands out from the rest. During his rookie season in 1998-1999, the Toronto Raptors faced the Indiana Pacers. It was during this game that Carter would show the world who he was. Driving through traffic, a young Carter delivered a nasty reverse dunk, shocking not only announcers, but players and fans around the world.
Town this year, 20 of the... Oh! Vince Carter showing you some of the highlight reel.
Some dunks are ferocious, and some are just plain rude. Shawn Kemp's iconic slam over Alton Lister in 1992 was both. But what makes this moment truly unforgettable is what happened after. Kemp landed, pointed at the crumpled Lister, and flexed like a pro wrestler celebrating a title belt. It was the NBA's version of a mic drop. Savage, petty, and absolutely unforgettable. This was pure drama, and we are all about it. Few moments top this one. Dunks aren't just about power. They're also about creativity too. Tracy McGrady's self-alley-oop in the 2002 All-Star Game was a masterclass in improvisation, and it definitely deserves a spot on our list. Dribbling into traffic, T-Mac tossed the ball off the backboard, but then he was the one who caught it midair and hammered it down with authority.
Basketball because I love it, and the MVP stuff, that's for everybody else.
Oh my goodness. What'd you think of that one there, Tracy McGrady?
The crowd and McGrady's fellow All-Stars absolutely lost their minds. This was a dunk that was so brazen and strong that it felt like street ball had invaded the NBA. In this remarkable moment, T-Mac reminded everyone that basketball is supposed to be fun, and sometimes you just need to get creative. Kobe Bryant was one of the greatest NBA players of all time.
Bryant, the drive.
But we all agree that he was also a showman too. It makes sense that he played in LA because the dude knew how to perform. Case in point, during a game against the Denver Nuggets, Kobe delivered a dunk that still gets replayed in highlight reels decades later. Driving to the baseline, the Black Mamba elevated, twisted his body midair, and threw down a reverse jam. It was the kind of dunk that makes you rewatch 5 times just to make sure it really happened. Kobe was all about winning. That was part of the Mamba mentality. But sometimes he was also about winning with flair. After 22 years in the league, LeBron James has had countless jaw-dropping dunks, but the silencer stands out above the rest. Playing against the Boston Celtics, LeBron stole the ball and raced down the court. What followed was a tomahawk dunk so ferocious, it felt like the basketball gods themselves had descended. Poor Jason Terry, he never had a chance.
Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers, Cole, James!
LeBron's post-dunk silence only made the moment more memorable. He knew what he did, and no words were necessary. It was a moment that encapsulated the King's reign and firmly planted the crown on his head. If we're talking about pure, unfiltered destruction, DeAndre Jordan's dunk on Brandon Knight deserves its own wing in the Hall of Shame. This is a moment that Knight probably still has nightmares about all these years later.
Comes Chris Paul. The lob. A jam! Oh, what a monster jam by DeAndre Jordan!
In many ways, this was a team effort. It started when Chris Paul lobbed a perfect alley-oop, and Jordan rose up like a rocket headed for the moon. And then there was poor Brandon Knight, who was unfortunately tasked with trying to contest the bucket. Big mistake. Jordan caught the ball, slammed it through the net, and sent Knight sprawling to the floor. The internet exploded with memes, and Knight's soul reportedly left his body. Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies is a walking highlight reel, but his dunk against the San Antonio Spurs in 2022 might be his masterpiece. Sprinting down the lane, Morant launched himself over Jakob Poeltl and detonated a one-handed tomahawk that seemed to defy physics.
Walker, rebound by Adams, his 6th. Morant blows by Primo. Attack!
The sheer audacity of it left everyone with their jaws on the floor. This dunk wasn't just a play, but also a warning shot to the league. The future is here, it's flying high, and its name is Ja Morant. Blake Griffin's rookie season was essentially a dunking clinic, but his assault on Timofey Mozgov was something else entirely.
Round the Griffin screen, pick, roll, slam dunk!
Griffin caught a quick pass from Randy Foye, elevated, and instead of just dunking, threw the ball through the hoop while still holding on to Mozgov's soul. The term Mozgoved entered the NBA lexicon at that moment, and it was forever associated with Griffin's reign of terror above the rim. This was just the first of many Griffin dunks, and it's one of the reasons why people still fondly remember those early days in Lob City. We can't talk about iconic dunks without mentioning one of the greatest dunk contests of all time. I know there's going to be someone that's going to disagree with us in the comments below, and that's okay. That's what they're there for. Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine turned the 2016 dunk contest into an art exhibit, something that will live on in NBA history forever.
That might be Alfred Payton in that mascot.
Gordon jumped over the Orlando Magic mascot, grabbed the ball mid-spin, and executed a jaw-dropping under-the-leg slam. To one-up him, LaVine then countered with free-throw line dunks that floored everyone watching. The two young stars pushed each other to new heights, literally and figuratively, leaving the crowd breathless. LaVine may have won the trophy, but Gordon's dunks ensured he'd never be forgotten. Dunks are the NBA's ultimate highlight, a perfect marriage of athleticism, artistry, and audacity. As our list proves, they're snapshots of greatness, forever etched into sports history. These dunks were moments when players in the entire league got to fly high. Thank you for joining us for some of the NBA's most iconic dunks. We know there's more comments. Don't forget to put in the comments below which one on this list you thought was the most iconic. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you get the latest content right when it drops. Until then, keep flying high. We'll see you next time.